Tonight, there's a lot on the line for Minnesota's government as lawmakers debate the state's budget and time is running out. Plus, getting smart about vaccine doses before they go bad. That's what Wisconsin officials are doing as supply outpaces demand. And in Duluth tonight, one crash led to another. A driver fleeing the scene of an accident hits another car on the way, sending it into the side of a building.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Compromise or shut down the government. Those are the two options Minnesota lawmakers face with just 9 days left in the special session and plenty of work left to be done. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo heard from Northland lawmakers on both sides of the aisle today about the partisan gridlock slowing everything down.
15 budget bills still need approval, and the Minnesota legislature is deep in debate. Members of the DFL-controlled House say Republicans' filibusters slow the process. Republicans argue the budget negotiations are happening behind closed doors.
That's a problem because each member of the House represents about 40,000 people. So this last month when there's been negotiations, I don't know what's going on, which means I'm not serving my people.
Republican Representative Spencer Igo says when bills are finally presented to them, they're expected to vote on the spot.
I don't even know what was in these bills. They're coming to me on the House floor, 140 pages plus, and I'm supposed to figure it out in my chair and vote on it real quick.
If the legislature can't reach an agreement, the state would enter a government shutdown. DFL Representative Rob Eklund says northern Minnesota would feel the impact.
Our counties would be in trouble. Our cities would be in trouble because we rely so much. They all rely so much on what's going on at the state, and it would just it would cause a disastrous effect on the state of Minnesota.
Despite the looming deadline, both Eklund and Igo are confident they'll reach an agreement.
At the end of the day, that's what the legislature is, compromise.
Tomorrow, the House will debate the jobs bill. Then on Wednesday, a transportation bill. Both sides also need to reach an agreement on police reform by July 1st. New tonight at 10, Duluth police say there are 5 suspects in a deadly downtown shooting from May, and all of them are now in custody. 22-year-old Wamana Anderson died in the shooting on May 22nd. 17-year-old Patrick Batiste Jr. is charged with Anderson's murder. A few days after the incident, police announced they were also searching for 31-year-old Marcus Morris, who they say fired shots at Batiste, and 26-year-old Laurel Ladd, who took the gun from Morris. Ladd was arrested a short time later for aiding an offender. Duluth police say Morris turned himself in this evening. He faces charges of reckless discharge and being a felon with a firearm. Police now say there are 2 more suspects involved in the shooting, 25-year-old Tyrone Childs and a 17-year-old. The department says Childs was sitting in a van across the street and fired back when the shooting happened. He then handed the gun to the teenager. Childs was arrested and charged. Police say the teen also admitted to firing the weapon. His case is working through juvenile court. Duluth police are still searching for a suspect after a shooting in downtown Duluth on Sunday. Police responded to 1st Avenue East and 3rd Street around 9:15 last night. William Urrutia was shot and taken to the hospital. Police haven't said how badly the 41-year-old was hurt, but say he's in stable condition tonight. Authorities say Urrutia and the suspect, who they have not identified, do know each other. Anyone with information is asked to call the Violent Crimes Unit. We have that number on our website. Sunday's shooting was in the same location as that homicide last month. Authorities say as of right now, they don't believe the two are connected. A crash tonight in Duluth's East Hillside sent a car into the side of a building. It happened around 6 tonight near the intersection of North 6th Avenue East and East 7th Street. Police say a driver blew through a stop sign, T-boning another car and sending it into the side of this business. We're told the driver who ran the stop sign had just been involved in another crash nearby and was in the process of fleeing that scene. Everyone involved suffered minor injuries. Damage to the building is believed to be less than $1,000. The driver who caused both crashes was cited for hit and run and driving without a valid license. While Sunday's rain helped firefighters put a big dent in a wildfire on the Iron Range, today's winds were a big concern for more flare-ups. A downed power line caused the fire on Friday, which is still burning along Highway 135 and Rockala Road near Embarrass. As of this morning, the fire was about 50% contained. Today, crews did an aerial survey and found a few small pockets of heat that they plan to attack. In all, 60 acres have burned, no structures have caught fire, and no one has been hurt. All roads in that area are back open. Peter Kavakauskas joins us now for a first check of the weather. Bit cool out there today, Peter.
Yeah, a bit cool combined with the kind of rainy conditions we saw at some points. Kind of made for a dreary day, but it wasn't a whole lot of rain, as we can see based on today's rainfall map. For us here in Minnesota, rainfall ranged from, say a few 1/100ths of an inch, possibly up to a 1/10 of an inch. Wisconsin, as well as the UP, they came in a little bit more just because they saw a little bit more rain after midnight, all in association with that rain we saw on Sunday night. That why so little rain? Just because we had these popcorn showers that we're still seeing on satellite and radar right now that just kind of popped up in several locations all across the Northland throughout the day today. But currently for us here in Duluth, no rain, just mostly cloudy skies overhead, and that west wind in place between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Already beginning to cool things down. Take a look at some of these temperatures. Some of us already in the 40s, and it's going to be a rather cool night for us tonight. Talking about temperatures in the upper 30s as well as lower 40s, but there's a summer-like warm-up heading our way. I'll break it all down coming up. Kristen?
Thanks, Peter. As Wisconsin inches closer to the 50% fully vaccinated mark, many vaccinators are struggling with a balancing act of keeping enough but not too much vaccine on hand. Christina Laurie explains why this is becoming more and more difficult to do.
6 months into Wisconsin's vaccine rollout,
you got to have a good process in place.
the process of giving shots has settled into a rhythm. It's the planning that's changed.
The vaccine doesn't afford you much wiggle room on drawing it up and then not injecting it.
Early on, there were so many people who wanted to be vaccinated. UW Health Dr. Jeff Pothoff says pharmacists didn't have to worry about wasting doses.
Now with less demand for the vaccines, you find yourself in a situation where if you crack that vial, you may not be able to get other people to come in and use that dose.
There are 6 doses of the vaccine in each vial of Pfizer, a maximum of 15 in each Moderna, and 5 in Johnson & Johnson. Doses of all 3 must be used within hours of opening.
So we wouldn't pull something out that maybe can stay in a freezer a little longer. We would use something that needs to be used more quickly first.
It can be hard to keep track of all the numbers. That's why major chains like Hy-Vee are rolling out a new feature online.
People can see before they get there if we're offering Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson or Moderna.
Showing what they're offering when. You can also do your part to help pharmacies not waste doses by calling ahead, although walk-ins are still welcome.
At this point, our main goal is to get people vaccinated. We'll work on the details of making sure we're not wasting anything.
Now, you might be wondering why wasting vaccine doses is a concern, considering we have more supply than demand. And while that's true in the United States, many other countries like India are still seeing thousands of people die every day because they don't have enough vaccines to protect even the most vulnerable. Well, the UW system is seeing a big jump in freshman applications for the fall. According to university reps, applications are up by about 30% over each of the last few years. That includes increases in applications from Wisconsin residents, first-generation students, and underrepresented minorities. The university credits a simplified application process, including waiving fees. Admission rates are also up slightly. Now to Michigan, where the number of residents who've been infected with COVID-19 could be about 3 times higher than the state's official data shows. Over the past year and a half, health officials have repeatedly said the actual number of COVID-19 cases is much higher than the reported number. Estimates from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show more than 2.4 million Michiganders may have contracted COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Now, that's almost triple the 893,000 cases the state health department has confirmed. One Michigan doctor said he's not surprised by the new CDC estimates.
Most acute coronavirus infections are mild or sometimes asymptomatic, and a lot of those cases wouldn't necessarily present for testing, and they would not be counted.
Infectious disease experts say the estimated 2.4 million Michiganders who have been infected have at least some natural immunity against the virus, but should still get vaccinated. Now to Minnesota, where Andy Slavitt, who is a former senior advisor to President Joe Biden's COVID response team, just released a book focused on the politics of COVID-19 titled Preventable. As the most contagious form of COVID continues to spread, Slavitt isn't concerned about the Delta variant among the vaccinated population. It's one of the latest subjects he's tackled on Twitter and on his popular podcast from Minnesota. He believes the aftermath of the pandemic can help us improve our future by investing in better broadband access in rural areas.
That was true before the pandemic. That was true during the pandemic. It's entirely up to us whether that will be true after the pandemic.
He added Minnesotans have a long history of pulling together and hopes our country can do the same. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, more jobs are coming to the Iron Range thanks to a new multi-million-dollar facility. We'll have the details next.
And we still have some rain showers popping up on Saturday and later on this Monday night, but the trend is for drier and warmer. I'll break it all down coming up in the extended forecast.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Ready for spring? Northwest Outlet is with a complete line of fashions for men, women, and the kids. From the North Face and Columbia's entire line. New colors, styles on capris, tees, shorts, rain, wind, and fleece jackets. And UPF sun-rated clothing. Big bargains on sandals, rubber boots, and trail shoes from Keen, Teva, Merrell, Chaco, Columbia, and the North Face. See our huge selection of rubber boots and rain gear for kids. Get smart wool and darn tough socks for the whole family. Northwest Outlet Superior. We'll make sure you look good.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
The timber industry is growing in Cohasset, all thanks to a multi-million-dollar facility set to break ground. North Carolina-based Huber Engineered Woods is planning to build an 800,000-square-foot wood manufacturing facility. The IRRB approved a $15 million loan to fund it. The company says the facility will create 150 full-time jobs once it's done. Construction is expected to create 300 jobs. State leaders like DFL Representative Rob Eklund say this will give the region financial security as it bounces back from the pandemic.
Overall, I think it'll help having another forest products industry plant in northeast Minnesota is going to help diversify our economy even better and hopefully help stabilize things.
The facility will manufacture the company's subflooring, roof, and wall panel products, which will be used in building homes and infrastructure. A Minnesota nonprofit is helping women in rural communities break down barriers. 100 Rural Women is hosting virtual meetings this week. Their goal is to teach women how to best cultivate relationships and increase civic engagement. They hope those skills will help break down any existing barriers facing women in leadership roles.
So it's really an opportunity to connect, to learn from each other, to learn how we can better support each other in pursuing that, and to better represent our communities.
In the coming weeks, they plan to meet over a 3-day period with 2 meetings each day. If you're interested in learning more, you can visit our website, CBS3Duluth.com.
And it was definitely another cool day. In fact, some of us didn't even crack that 60-degree mark. And it's hard to believe that yesterday was the first official day of summer, and we did not see summer-like temperatures, that's for sure. Here's where our high temperatures topped out for the day today. As you can see, places like Orr, Ely, some places in Grand Marais did not crack the 50-degree mark for today's high. Officially at Duluth International, we got to 62 degrees, which is still well below the average high of 74 degrees. And no rain officially on record at Duluth International. They might have seen a trace of rain in places. Statements like a trace of rain was a common trend all across the Northland, especially for us here in Minnesota. As you can see, anywhere from a few 100ths, possibly up to a 1/10 of an inch of rain in some places. Wisconsin as well as the UP, they got higher rain totals just because some of that was left over from the last night's storm, or excuse me, Sunday's rain, so some of that fell after midnight last night. Satellite radar shows right now we still do have some not thunderstorms, just popcorn rain showers really just beginning to pop up, dot the radar sporadically, and that'll kind of happen throughout the night, throughout the rest of this evening and night tonight. But we'll begin to dry things out, say, after the early AM hours. So as we head through the rest of the night tonight, towards midnight, I think we'll really begin to dry things out. These rain showers that you see firing up, don't think are really going to happen. And if they do, most should honestly stay dry. As we head towards tomorrow morning, most of us are waking up to partly to mostly cloudy skies overhead. There could even be some isolated pockets of mostly sunny skies overhead as well, but it's going to be a cold start to our day on Tuesday. Heading towards Tuesday afternoon, you begin to see those rain showers sporadically dot the radar once again for your afternoon on Tuesday. I think the rain is a little bit less numerous in nature than we saw today, and the cloud cover as well, so probably some more sunshine in those skies than we saw today, and that trend will stick around as we head through Tuesday night as well. The other big story that we're talking about are those temperatures. Temperatures tonight are going to be cool. Talking about temperatures for some of us even below the 30-degree, or not below the 40-degree mark, in the mid and upper 30s, lower 40s as well. As we head towards tomorrow, it looks like more of us are going to crack that 70-degree mark. Didn't see anybody cracking the 70-degree mark today, that's for sure. But then as we head towards Wednesday, take a look at this. Some of us cracking the 80-degree mark, or in fact, most of us probably cracking the 80-degree mark, and some maybe even approaching the mid and upper 80s. But first, we got to deal with a cold night tonight. Temperatures fall back into the mid and upper 30s as well as lower 40s. Where you see those upper 30s, could be talking about potential of frost, so you definitely want to bring in any sensitive plants. Down Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan, seeing the same thing, mid and upper 30s, lower 40s. Forecast for tomorrow, temperatures rebound nicely though in the low to mid 70s for Wisconsin as well as the UP. For us here in Minnesota, a tad cooler up the North Shore where temperatures are sitting in the 60s. Besides that, the lower 70s across the board. Here's how that 7-day forecast shapes up. We warm things up by Wednesday into the mid and upper 80s. Next rain shot comes on Thursday with a potential of a thunderstorm, but we clear things out for the weekend once again.
You know, Peter, frost the day after the official start of summer is so typical.
Yeah, isn't it? Northland weather where we go from 90s before summer to frost the day after.
Yes, they're just giving us a reality check, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
A drone operator is getting some national attention for his unique tour of an historic Duluth mansion. Check this out. Jaybird Films shot this viral video. Their drone makes some very acrobatic moves as it flies around a handful of Glen Sheen Mansion's most famous rooms and across the grounds on Lake Superior. People from UMD Theater Department and Top Hat Carriages helped make this production a reality. They're dressed up in costumes from the time period when the Congdon family called Glen Sheen home. We have a link to the full video on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. By the way, you might remember Jaybird Films from their viral drone video of a Minneapolis bowling alley earlier this year. Still to come, cleanup is underway after 2 tornadoes tore through 2 suburban Chicago communities late Sunday night. We'll hear from those impacted next.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Would you like to lose a pound of fat a day?
You have to weigh yourself every morning, and when you just see the pound go off every morning, it just keeps you going.
Step on the scale and you see the weight that you lost, and you're like, oh, this is so easy. Why didn't I do this before?
Order online or call today for a free consultation.
I'm Dr. Zan Corville. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at St. Luke's. Dealing with foot and ankle pain, it can be debilitating because these are complicated joints. And so there's different ways to manage each of these problems. Most can be treated without surgery. I'm a busy mom with 2 young children. We try to do things as a family that we can all enjoy. I love being part of a team and working as an orthopedist to help people return to athletics or getting people back on their feet so they have less pain for daily living.
So why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing ain't working?
No.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Right now, for a limited time, get 20% off the purchase and installation of premium cabin air filters. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
Get to Hayward, Wisconsin for the 71st Annual Muskie Festival, June 25th through the 27th, presented by Adventure RV and Power Sports. Arts and crafts vendors, a grand parade, food, music, and fun. All that and so much more at the Hayward Muskie Festival.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
I never thought that you could lose weight without working out, but this is one of those programs that you don't have to work out.
In the first 40 days, I lost 28 pounds.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Pre-order your 2022 Crestliner boat at RJ Sports.
This June marks 10 years since the last class of seniors graduated from Duluth Central High School. We're learning more about what the future has in store for this vacant building and the memories that the alumni still hold close.
That's happening Thursday at 10 on CBS3. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
A line of storms is threatening 30 million Americans up and down the East Coast, with watches and warnings posted from Tennessee into the Northeast. A massive cleanup is underway after a tornado touched down in 2 suburban Chicago communities late Sunday night. This house had its roof and some of the walls completely torn off. It's one of more than 100 homes that suffered damage in Woodridge and Naperville, Illinois, about 25 miles west of Chicago.
It was 20 seconds of just being really scared and everybody just kind of huddling in the smallest space possible.
My whole goal was to make sure my kids were safe, so that's all that mattered to me.
On the East Coast, Claudette regained tropical storm strength as it plummeted North Carolina on its way to sea. And over the weekend, the storm was blamed for a multi-vehicle crash that killed 10 people near Greenville, Alabama. Well, coming closer to home, Kelly is here with a preview of sports. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, Kristen, we can't trash talk the Minnesota Twins anymore.
Oh, boy. What are you going to do?
They've won 4 in a row. I know. What are we going to talk about? Looking to make it 5 in a row against the Reds. We'll have the latest from Target Fields coming up next.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Menards has everything you need to light up your home. Update your living space with a Hunter ceiling fan. They add style and help reduce energy costs all year round. Keep your ceiling fan well lit with over 800 light bulbs to choose from. Sylvania's new True Wave Natural Spectrum LED bulbs offer the best in lighting technology. Get 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans and Sylvania LED light bulbs right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 100 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-621-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-621-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-621-4499.
Now's your chance to get an amazing deal on the Honda Civic. It's fun, sporty, and a smart choice too, with excellent fuel economy ratings and a stylish, roomy interior. With standard Honda sensing, a suite of safety and driver-assisted features. No wonder the Civic is the best-selling compact car over the last decade. But hurry in to your Honda dealer, because this unbelievable deal on the Civic won't last.
My doctor said I needed an MRI, but I did not want to get into a tube. Then I found out St. Luke's Center for Diagnostic Imaging has an open-sided MRI that has more room and is way more comfortable. That I could do. And my doctor got accurate answers to get me back where I need to be. If you need an MRI, don't put it off. I chose CDI, the only high-field open MRI in the area. At CDI, they specialize in answers.
They're only going to graduate once, which means this is your only chance to get this right. Are you worried? Of course not. When the pressure is on, you know where to turn. Super One has you covered for all your grad party needs. Our fresh fruit, deli party favorites, and handcrafted baked goods are sure to impress. So sit back and get this party started. Super One Foods, helping you bring family and friends together for over 40 years.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, if you know UMD hockey, you certainly know his name. Bulldog Country lost one of the all-time greats earlier today. Tom Curvers, better known as TK to the hockey community, passed away this morning at the age of 58. Curvers was diagnosed with lung cancer in January of 2019. He captained the Bulldogs to their first Western Collegiate Hockey Association regular season and playoff titles as a senior back in 1984. Curvers was named UMD's first ever Hobie Baker Award recipient during that season. He went on to play 11 seasons in the NHL, and following his playing career, Curvers went on to hold front office positions with the Arizona Coyotes, Tampa Bay Lightning, and most recently, he was the assistant general manager of the Minnesota Wild. We'll have much more on this story as the week goes on. Well, high school sports are mostly wrapped up for the season in Minnesota, but over in Wisconsin, the softball playoffs are just starting to heat up. The Northwestern Tigers looking to advance to the D3 sectional finals today. The Bloomer Blackhawks in their way. Top of the first, Northwestern's Allison Loma takes one to the warning track, putting her on second base. Next up is Abby Wennerston as she drives in Loma, bringing Tigers up 1-0. To the fifth, the ball gets past Bloomer, brings in another run. The Tigers now lead 5-0. Bloomer looking for any way back into it. Sophomore Victoria Jenneman puts one over the fence for the first run of the game for Bloomer. But the Tigers advance with a 5-1 win. They'll play Prescott on Wednesday for a trip to state. After a tough start to the season, the Huskies are still looking to claw their way back towards the top of the Great Plains East Division. 8 games back of the Waterloo of Waterloo entering their game tonight. The first of a two-game set down in Rochester against the Honkers. Top of the first, Blaine Robinson grounds into a double play. Michael Brooks will come around to score. We go to the fourth. Reigning Northwoods League Player of the Night, Amber Vodic, shoots one into the gap, scoring one, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Bottom of the sixth, J.J. Cruz will crush a 1-0 pitch, giving the Honkers the lead. Huskies drop their series opener to Rochester, 4-2 the final. Well, 4-game win streak. That's not a sentence you're used to hearing in regards to the Minnesota Twins at all this season. The Reds also coming in on a hot streak, coming off a sweep in San Diego, but the Twins get to them early tonight. Bottom of the second, Nelson Cruz gets things started for the Twins with his 16th home run of the season. You would have thought we actually won a playoff game at Target Field with the reaction to that home run. Twins up 1-0. We go to the fourth. Reds would bounce back with 2 quick homers in the fourth. First, a 2-run shot from Eugenio Suarez pulls Cincy within 1. It's 3-2 Twins. And at last check, they are knotted at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. The Brewers in a late one with the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight at last check. They trailed 5-1. And in some other Bulldog hockey news today, former UMD defenseman J.T. Brown announced today that he's retiring from professional hockey and starting a career in broadcasting. Brown is heading to Seattle to work with the NHL's newest expansion team, the Kraken, as a TV color analyst on their Root Sports Northwest Games broadcast. He played 2 years with the Bulldogs from 2010 to 2012 before a 365-game NHL career with 3 teams, most recently with the Minnesota Wild. Brown is also a popular gaming personality on the live streaming platform Twitch. Well, 5.5 weeks ago, Port Wing native Megan Gustafson was waived by the Dallas Wings and left to wonder what her future in the WNBA might be. Today, that uncertainty subsided. Gustafson signed a new deal with the WNBA's Washington Mystics. The 6'3" forward will now get to forge on her 3rd year in the league after being selected 17th overall in the 2019 WNBA draft. She'll wear number 10 and is available for Washington's game tomorrow night against Seattle. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Would you like to lose a pound of fat a day?
You know, everyone just treats me a little bit differently, a little bit better. You know, and I feel more comfortable in social situations.
Before, when I walked by a mirror, I would duck. I wouldn't look. Now it's like, where's that girl?
Order online or call today for a free consultation.
There's nothing like the feeling of safety and security. And that is why it's important to know that your loved ones are protected. Reliable Agency and Auto Owners Insurance can help provide you with life and disability insurance that you can count on. Trust Reliable Agency and Auto Owners Insurance to protect the most important things in your life.
Reliable Insurance Agency. We're true to our name.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get 0% financing for 72 months on select popular Chevy SUVs. Or get 10% of MSRP cash back on most 2021 Equinox models.
You need fast, reliable internet. But it's not a one-size-fits-all world. At Mediacom, we have a pricing plan for everyone. You can get our starting internet service for $19.99 a month for a year. And with that comes a great deal of speed. We're talking 60 meg, because unlike other providers, we want you to have fast internet from the start. Extreme speeds go up to 1 gig with lots of options to choose from. So let's talk. Call us today at 844-EXTREME2.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Bolins.
And I'm Ann Nolette.
And we're Advanced Surgical Associates of Northern Minnesota.
Our goal has always been to provide the latest and best surgical techniques to you and your family.
We want to provide an alternative to the traditional surgical practices that the hospitals offer.
With robotic-assisted surgery, you're likely to have a shorter hospital stay, experience less pain, and recover quicker.
We serve Duluth, Ely, Hibbing, and the surrounding areas. Learn more at mnsurgery.com or give us a call today.
I lost a ton of weight, 93 pounds. I feel good, I look good.
75 days on the program. I've lost 53 pounds, 41.5 inches. You're not hungry.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
From the skate park to the streets on this National Go Skateboarding Day, dozens of people gathered in Duluth to celebrate the sport. They started in the Indian neighborhood and made their way to Canal Park, showing off some tricks and some tumbles along the way. My parents never let me skateboard because I think they were like, it's just not a great idea.
I used to go down the my little driveway hill on the skateboard, but I had to sit because I'd fall off and just...
Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.